Hey everybody, in this video I'm discussing the new moon in Capricorn on December the 30th, 2024. Capricorn will be the overall general theme throughout January. Capricorn is goal-oriented, career-oriented, it's very conservative, conventional, traditional. It's actually an ideal sign with the sun going into Capricorn the last week of December, and depending on where the position of the moon is when the new moon in Capricorn begins, that really starts to focus our attention on Capricorn matters. But why this is ideal at this time of the year is because of all the traditions, the religious traditions, the New Year's traditions around the world. And so there's a tremendous focus on traditions that goes back eons for many of cultures. And that's Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is the mountain goat. It's symbolized as a mountain goat, always climbing to the top of the mountain. One of the funny things I've observed with many Capricorns is it's never enough. You got to keep climbing. You got to get to the top. You're always struggling to get ahead. But for those who reach the summit, who get to the top, what do Capricorns then do? They find another mountain to climb and they start all over. So this Capricorn new moon, as it's going to be right there at the beginning of the new 2025, it is a time that's very favorable, perfect for setting long-term goals, certainly the goals of the next for 2025. And Capricorn is very methodical and disciplined, so you can have that patience. Capricorns can also be so pragmatic and take their time to be able to make important decisions. Now, with all of that said, there's a lot of very intense astrological energies. Fortunately, the Capricorn is going to keep us focused and grounded, but we have to be aware of warrior Mars retrograde, so it's feeling really impatient and irritable, is going to be in opposition to compulsive Pluto as it's setting up on the day of the new moon. So the new moon is going to be grabbing this Mars-Pluto, which I also talked about in my weekly video. But also Jupiter is about expansion, but it's going to also be squaring or in tension with Saturn. Saturn is restricted, Jupiter is expansive. They're in tension with each other. Now, we have more positive. So the Mars-Pluto and the Jupiter-Saturn needs to be controlled. You need to have this disciplined energy so you can manifest more constructively going after your goals, rather than being pulled in all kinds of directions and feeling out of control. And one of the things I've learned with Capricorns is they don't like being out of control. They like everything to be predictable. And so many times, Capricorns, when they're feeling a bit stressed and nervous, can start acting very controlling. Now, but some more positive news is this new moon which is going to help most of us be more common sense, more sensible to handle all these really intense planetary triggers. The new moon will also be in harmony, a sextile to Saturn. Saturn is the ruling planet for Capricorn. So the Capricorn new moon's in harmony with Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, and it's going to really help keep everybody more disciplined, more focused, more level-headed, more grounded, to be able to handle the Mars, Pluto, and the Jupiter, Saturn. I must say that a lot can be accomplished if you just stay disciplined and focused. But if you're letting these stresses, this anxiousness throw you into a spin, throw you out of control, then it could create a lot of nervous anxiety and stress. But if you just breathe, go take a walk, just sleep on it, center yourself. That Capricorn, that organized, practical Capricorn new moon is being very positively supported by Saturn. And so the Saturn can really help all of us stay very rooted and grounded and disciplined. Now, before I break down the Mars, Pluto, the Jupiter, Saturn, and all the 12 signs, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. All right. So the Mars-Pluto could trigger a lot of violence, nervousness, crisis in the world. The prosperous Jupiter is retrograde and in a square in tension with restricted, worrisome Saturn. So we could be this, as we're going into the new year, there could be a lot of concerns economically because that prosperous, expansive Jupiter feels like it's being held back by restricted and even controlling Saturn. And that ambitious Mars is being retrograde and in confrontation to Pluto, obsessive Pluto. There could be a tremendous amount of impatientness. So the impatientness, the Jupiter, Saturn, all this anxiety. Thank God the new moon's in Capricorn, excellent with disciplined Saturn. So there's a lot of energy to navigate, but think of it, it's just energy. And if you let your fears and insecurities and your nervousness take over, then you could lose control and feel really nervous and insecure. But if you stay grounded, and how do we stay grounded? Of course, there's the meditation, the exercise, the breathing, the don't make hasty decisions, go ask other people's opinions, wait, sleep on it. And so much can be accomplished because it's a lot of energy that can be channeled with discipline in very productive ways. Capricorn, new moon in Capricorn, is going to be overall, got to look at the individual horoscopes, but overall, Capricorn's an earth sign. So all the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, will be in more harmonious with the new moon in Capricorn. Now, Capricorns themselves it could be too personal because it's right on your sign, but it's also being stabilized by Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn. So the signs that are going to do the best, or being able to stay more sensible and common sense and grounded, will be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But the water signs, except Cancer, water and earth are very compatible. Water brings life to the dry earth. Earth helps help water from spilling all over the place and create, and keeping it more controlled. Water and earth creates mud, and mud doesn't flow as fast as just water. So Pisces and Scorpio, along with the earth signs, they're going to find in general easier to channel all this powerful energies. It will be the air signs and the fire signs that will be the most stressed out. That will be more have these knee-jerk reactions, being incredibly impatient. Cancer is a water sign, but Capricorn is opposite a Cancer. So so Cancer's also going to be triggered a lot of mood swings, and so it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's kind of bad in some ways, but disciplined in other ways because it is earth and water. So the fire signs, if you don't know them, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Yes, the air signs. So, breathe, take your time. Jupiter, Saturn can trigger a lot of economic, financial issues, but this could be very favorable if we look to the positive, starting with the Jupiter, Saturn, is to recalibrate, rethink, reorganize your goals. And the Jupiter is very optimistic and aspirational, in tension with the Saturn of practical limitations. So it is about balancing your ambitions with patience and looking to see how realistic all your goals are. So that Jupiter-Saturn can slowly, in time, help you reorganize your goals to be more realistic. The positive side of the Mars opposite Pluto can bring transformational breakthroughs. That tremendous motivation and drive for huge change. This, by channeling, easier said than done, channeling all this intense, impatient, violent, stressful energies into constructive action rather than letting it erupt into confrontation. If you're finding yourself being really nervous and impatient and irritable, is gotta stop, breathe, go take a walk, look to what you value and appreciate with your life, focusing on the positive. If you can just step back and just look at, there's a lot of intense energy, but the Capricorn new moon It's going to be more difficult, but very possible for fire and air. But for earth and water, except Cancer is sort of 50-50, it's going to be a little easier to channel all of this energy. But it's just energy, and if it can be harnessed and controlled and focused, you can achieve major goals. I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next time, be safe and well.